Hey guys, Happy New Year to you. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get that surge that I was telling you about? The HKD, did you listen to it? Did you join us? Did you sign up for your free account and get your fractional shares? Did you do it? Because if you didn't do it, you just lost almost $500 because of it. Why? Because the surge happened. The one that we were telling you about literally happened. Which one are you talking about? HKD, of course. So yeah, when I told you it was around $9 to the lowest of the share, is when we purchased it, and we had 50 shares of it. It went up to $34 a share, and we told you 3 months to stay in it because this is a manipulated stock. This is a stock that runs backwards and forwards by the big boys, and the dark pool came in on the 5th and it took off. And just as fast as it took off, it went back down. So you must catch them at the right time. This was originally a stock that was up $2,500 a few years ago per share, and drastically has gone down to almost $9 a share. Could it go back up to $2,500 a share? I think it's very, very highly unlikely that it will do so. But I believe this share is going to manipulate and go up and down like a yo-yo. And the thing is that you need to catch it at the right time. Well, we caught it. And if you have a look at our actual buying power right now, we caught it pretty good. And but we're not going, as we said before, we will continue to stay in the red because we continue to go back into buying other power. Uh, and what I mean by that is I want to show you on our portfolio what we actually mean by that. So what you'll see is the cash balance is $1,164. Our market value is $2,652, but we have unsettled cash of $1,164. Once that approves, that will go into settled cash, and we can pull that out and put it back in our bank account. But we won't do that because we are using this portfolio to show you, can we go from the the ones that we're telling you about and the ones that we're predicted, will they take off and surge? Well, HKD did that. HKD went from the point of, if we look at HKD, you'll see it's right now the last price is $24.21. But if you have a look on the actual information in regards to it, you'll see that the surge went almost up right here of almost 500% at one stage. And you can see the spike. This is for $100, you would have made yourself 500 bucks for your $100 investment. The investment itself is a dark pool investment. When they come in like that, they come in strong and then they die. The top end of it came in at a high of $36.40, and the low right now is $18.75. So there's a good chance at $18, it's right now $22.94. It could go back down to $18 on the lowest and then peak itself back up again. But it could also even go lower again. It could go back down to the point of no return and go all the way back down past $9 a share yet again. So how do we gain on a run like this? Well, you've got to look at them. You've got to watch them. And we were 70% down on HKD. literally 70% down to a 200% gain. So almost a 300% profit that we made on that one share alone on the 5th. And we're trying to show you that with a small investment, you could have done the same thing. And all we ask you to do is sign up with the portfolio that we use. That's all we're asking you to do. And the link below is on this actual video. You will get fractional shares and you will get some value for your $100 that you've invested. But not only the $100 that you invested, you can follow us and jump in on the ones if you had seen that surge for your $100 gain. You would have made at least $300 profit on that share alone. I'm not talking about any other shares. If we continue to look at the actual portfolio of the other ones, you'll see there was another share that took off as well. And it was called AVCT. And it made a 27% profit if you have a look there. You'll see 20%. You can see it, what it's saying right now, at a 27%. Let me just move that back a bit so you can actually see it properly. So you're looking at a percentage profit of 27%. BRDS made a 15% gain. And all the other ones down the bottom that are in green are profit, which you can see on our portfolio every time we display it. That when you see a surge and see it go up maybe 5%, it's a good chance to get into it. And that's what we do. When we see it surge, then we get back into it. And we put more back into it. And we hope for that surge to continue to go. HKD was the one that is bringing us back from a portfolio investment of losing to gain, which was almost a 900% actual gain for us overall. And we have found that most of our shares that we are invested in stay in the green in a certain amount of time. So every day, if you look at it in the green, that's profit of green. If you see that, and it's happening nearly every day, even though our portfolio is showing itself as running as a loss, you'll see well, we are now 3,817 back, and we were only 3,200 last week, and we're still at minus 1,448, but we have this unsettled cash to play with that we can invest in other shares that we feel that are losing that will go back up again. So our reddish line will always stay in the red because we start buying stocks that are losing. So this will continue to stay in the red for us. But if you get into it, it will stay in the green for you because you've got in at the right time. So if you had come in when we were 70% down and you decided to come in straight off the bat with HKD, you would have made a 300% gain on that. Plus, you would have made on AVCT a 27% gain, and on BRDS a 15% gain, which is quite a substantial gain that you could have had in your portfolio. So, all we ask you to do is to follow and subscribe with us and watch it, and just put $100 in the account of the Webull account and see the power of Webull and how it works and what you can actually see with Webull itself, as this is going to be our review on Webull as well. You will see that the power of Webull itself, of everything it does, is you'll see the buying power is $1,164. Now, if you invest your $100 into it, and normally another type of account or portfolio will require a 3-day approval period to actually process your money into the account before you can even start doing any trading. Webull, on the other hand, will allow you to have buying power that as soon as you've invested that $100, it becomes buying power that you can use straight away. Okay? It will only get to a certain point that you can only use $100 and you can't use anything else until it's actually approved. And then you just invest more into it. And the more you invest into it, like deposit $100, the buying power becomes bigger. Now, our buying power now, unsettled cash, is we have to wait for this to be approved and it'll go over to the settled cash, which is what we can use or withdraw if we so desire. But again, we are not going to actually withdraw the money. We're going to put it back in and use it to make our investment go higher by looking at other shares that we can find that are going to prove themselves, hopefully, for us, for that portfolio to start going closer up to the green. If we get a surge like we did on HKD, then there's a good chance that will go from the red to the green if we haven't invested this money back into any of the other shares. That is the thing. That's how we run it. You don't have to run it that way. We're not expecting you to run it that way. That is not our agenda for you to do that. Our agenda is for you to look at the actual shares that we are showing and actually look at them and see if you can use them and improvise a profit for yourself. Okay? If you had done this with us a month ago, your portfolio would be very, very healthy. Ours is not healthy for that reason that we invested on losers. But every share is normally a loser and then it'll go up in value. Or we're waiting on BRDS to go back up. We're still losing out on those. We're AVCT. We're actually in profit with AVCT now. If you have a look, you'll actually see that we're a 27.65% gain on AVCT. So we've actually sold, if you have a look, we sold $256 of AVCT, $27, $39, $46, and we've been making some money on AVC. We bought 500 at $514 and we sold it when we made a profit. So we're playing with profit now of, at the moment, $51.50. Okay, and we've taken out money that off this AVCT and used it as actually some money that we can reinvest back into. So AVCT is doing good for us. BRDS is another one. We will show that BRDS, we're actually in profit with this one as well. And these are ones we were both in the red with. And now we're finally gone back up in the green. So 3 of the ones that we predicted have now gone in the green. That's why we had a massive turnaround. And we still have quite a few other shares that are actually in the red. And these are ones we're relying on to come back up. And PHSQ is one of them. TTOO, ATXI, BIAF, AMRS, NUWE, which we feel we're going to have a good run on that soon. These ones are in the red. So once these ones go from the red back into the green, then our portfolio, reddish, will go back into the green area. So we're predicting from $3,817 that we can get this back to the $5,000 where it needs to be at. We started off at $5,000. We're expecting it to show itself within the next couple of months back to $5,000. So we shall see and keep you updated to see how this portfolio works. So that's it, guys. All right. This is going to go back. Join. All right. Down in the link, down below. Down below, you will see our link for, and you must use that referral so you can get your fractional shares on Webull. Now, Webull can be used on your phone, very easily on your phone, or you can use it on a laptop or computer by using the platform we use. And we're not plugging that, we're just telling you that you can use it and actually use it. Like you'll see on our screen right now is because we're using our laptop and we're streaming through the gaming port. That this is the only way we can show this because it's running through a platform called BlueStacks. BlueStacks is like an engine that you can use on your laptop or computer and run Android type software, the apps. It's basically runs apps on your desktop. So that's what we use. So there's no excuse that if you don't have a phone, but you do have an actual laptop at home, that you can download BlueStacks and then you can upload through the Play Store, Google Play Store, and get, the Webull app. And then you go from there because that's what we've done. All right. We have it on our phone. And then, but when we do our live, we actually do it here on through the BlueStacks platform. Okay. So, okay, guys, I've given you what it is, and I showed you a great start to the new year, and you can see that we made $1,164 on that run overall between those three shares. All right. There's a proof in the pudding. All right. Come on with us. Subscribe. You have got money to be made, guys. Okay, we mightn't be famous